it takes. This is coming from, you know, that time within your life, you're really looking for something from God. And you look to so many different avenues, so many distinguishable speakers. You look at so many types of entertainment and media just to find how can I get what I need now. But with God, when you're asking something from God, don't use him as a last resort. It's just like when you have these books, they have 10 steps, how to get rich, how to get what you want, how to find that wife you need. You have to plan it out and it takes time. But with that time, you have to have faith that whatever you're going to contribute, the time that you're going to contribute to that idea, to that process, you have to have that same mind frame when you're going to Christ. So it's not about who looks at you. It's not about what you're going to lose throughout this process, but it's a matter of receiving what you need when you need it, no matter what. Whatever it takes, God could do it. Stay tuned for this message. Sharing your prayer. This is coming from Matthew 6, verse 1 through 4. And in verse 1, it says, "Take heed that you do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven." So, alms is something that they used to take to God. And the same thing with your prayer, you're taking it to God. You're asking for Him to make something happen in your life, which almost seems impossible, or something that you feel as though you tried to do yourself but failed miserably at. The one thing with this verse is that God doesn't want you to share it with your friends and family members. And it may seem contrary, especially when you may want help from them. But when you go to them on your means, on your basis, on your own foundation, their hearts may be gross towards you. And what I mean by that is they may not be willing to help without receiving something in return. But when God puts it in someone's heart to help you, then they don't look for nothing in return. They want to help. They want to be there. They want to follow you along every step of the process. And that's the blessing of God. Now, there are going to be some people within your life that once they hear your blessings, they're going to pray that you don't get that blessing, which is why another reason as to why you shouldn't share it with family, friends, co-workers, whoever. You're going to God about this. No one's going to pity you. No one's going to care. No one's going to care like God, I should say. And so when you are praying for something, go directly to God. And the other, lastly, that we have to speak about is the prince of the power of the air, that's Satan. When you say something outwardly, then he has power over that prayer to hinder it. And we've seen this written in Daniel's time and Joseph's time, and I mean, all throughout the Bible. Prayers can be hindered. So use the Spirit, speak in tongues, speak directly to God. If you don't speak in tongues, then just speak within yourself and believe. And that's all it takes to get your prayer heard. Verse 2, it says, "Therefore, when thou doest thy alms, do not sound the trumpet before thee as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." So again, they have their alms. They have something that they could contribute to God, to the temple, and it's so great that everyone could see it and admire them for it. And it's the same thing with your prayer. You may have such great dreams and so great that people could admire it and people believe that you could really achieve it, but that doesn't mean they're going to be for you. And I explained this before, but what God wants from you is to trust in Him. And with trusting in Him, He resists the proud and He hears the prayer of the humble. And this is what that means. He doesn't want you to be proud. Even when you get that blessing, you need to tell people about God throughout the blessing, not what you've done, right? You don't want to be the same thing that I spoke about. You don't want to be that book that someone read and said, this is the 10 steps, the 5 steps. This is what I did to get where I'm at. But put God in the forefront. And that's how you could share your prayer, share your testimony with someone. It has less to do with you, everything to do with God. Because if he did it for you, he could do it for them too. And 3, but when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thy alms may be in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. So that's just it. When you're about to do something, you have to get on the grind. You got to do it for yourself. Sometimes you're looking for your spouses to turn around and help you out. You're thinking that, hey, if I get this blessing, I will share it with you. But that doesn't mean they're going to share the mentality that you have in order to carry out the responsibilities it takes to gain what you need to achieve whatever you're trying to get. So what does that mean? If you're praying for something, don't ask for the whole world to turn around and help you and do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. And I don't care what it is, whether it's a business or whether it's a job or whether you're looking for a wife or trying to get your family back together. You have the power within yourself to do it. And you don't need anyone to say that. You already know that. Don't look to someone else. Don't look to another hope. God should be your only hope, and he could surely do it for you. God bless.